Guys, good morning. Happy Tuesday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and early, 8 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. I got a little carried away this morning. I started working on that painting I'm doing for Audrey, and I lost track of time. All right, so this is going to be kind of an off-the-cuff video. I saw a few articles on the gubernatorial candidate. In case there's I'll be honest with you guys, I'm still trying to understand how this recall thing all works and everything. Larry Elder, if Newsom is recalled, I guess he's a candidate. I think he's a candidate in the one of the prime candidates in the lead if Newsom is recalled. All right, and it got me thinking here. What if the election was held today? Don't get me wrong. I would vote for Biden again today, but I'm concerned. I'm very concerned. There's a couple polls out recently. Another thing that concerns me is just this. I really thought in my heart that most Americans would be better than this. That wouldn't keep going along with this big lie. I really thought that, after no evidence came up, no real evidence came up, that people would be dismayed, would give up on Trump, that they were tricked into believing that there was actual cheating. When I read this article by Larry Elder, though, it made me worry even more. He talks about shenanigans in a recent interview. That's what he calls his version of what he labels cheating. Let's just cut right to the chase here. This is sour grapes by Republicans, Trump supporters. That's all it is. And I really thought Americans were better than this. I really thought that after the Arizona thing fell apart and the My Pillow guy became more of a laughingstock, and as it becomes more and more obvious that Trump, every single time he's in public, this is all he talks about, all that he rants about 24/7. I really believed in my heart that Americans were better than this, but they're not. All right, so Larry Elder, besides for unbelievably talking about slave owners getting reparations, I'm not African American, obviously, so I'm not allowed to say certain things. There would be a few things that I would label Larry Elder if I could. Like I said, I'm not African American, but if I was, I wouldn't be a fan of Larry Elder. So let's just say that. All right, here's some more interesting things. I'll put the links down below. Here's some more interesting things that good old Larry said. There's here we go again. The date for the storm. The storm is when Trump comes back and lays it all bare about how the Democrats and their terrible plots and plans for children and all this other stuff. That's the storm. And supposedly Larry Elder is saying that Newsom being recalled, that's the signal for Trump to be reinstalled and for the storm to come and everything to be laid bare and the Democrats to be arrested and all this other stuff. Seriously. Like I said, I really thought Americans were better than this. Okay, so Larry Elder. This really made me think. He talked about shenanigans. He believes now, initially, he stated at some time that he thought Biden won, but now he's going back on that, of course, to get the vote. I really thought that this would have, since no evidence has come up, I really thought that this would have died out by now, but it's never going to go away, and this scares me more than ever. He labeled shenanigans. He gave some examples of what he thinks his shenanigans are, and he talked about the whole Russia investigation and the impeachment. He's likening that to some kind of voter fraud. You think about that. That makes no sense whatsoever. If I remember the way this works, the House of Representatives first impeached him and then went to the Senate, right? That's how it worked. It has nothing to do with elections or voting or anything like that. It was the House of Representatives that initially voted to impeach him. But in this interview, Larry Elder says that's part of shenanigans. Then he brings up Hunter Biden. And the fact that, again, they're crying about how the Hunter Biden should have been crucified more in the media. And he likens this to voters, some kind of shenanigans, election fraud. And again, this has absolutely nothing to do with election fraud. And they're using this to change the rules, to change all the rules, and to get a lot of the poor African-American vote not counted. So, Hunter Biden, because Americans just weren't all that interested in it. That's the bottom line. A lot of media didn't cover it. And, do I need to really go over this? TV stations, newspapers make their money from advertising. Advertising comes from people reading the newspaper or watching whatever's on TV. The TV channels and newspapers are gonna put on what people want to see. The more viewers that watch, the more money they make. It's not about some agenda they have. It's all about the green, man, about the money. And if people aren't that interested in Hunter Biden, they're not going to put it on. It has nothing to do with, how do you think they pay their bills? They don't pay their bills on rumor and innuendo, and the deep state doesn't pay their bills. So Larry Elder, and he's pushing this stuff on top of his reparations for slave owners. But this is the initial thing I thought about. What if there was an election held today? It scares me that I think, to be honest with you guys, I really wonder if Biden should run again in 2024. He's going to be, 82, 83 years old, I think. Excuse me if I'm not getting the number right. A lot of things could happen in the next 3 years. Don't get me wrong. I'd vote for him again. I'd vote for Bugs Bunny or Elmer Fudd before I'd vote for Donald Trump again, or ever. I never voted for him before. I didn't mean to say again. But I really feel like we need a strong super candidate. Remember when Obama first came out? There was a big buzz about him, a strong push. And I really feel like that's what we need again. I think if things keep going like they're going, it really, truly scares me. It terrifies me that if Trump is ever elected president again, I can't imagine him ever releasing. I could see him saying that it's a mandate of America to keep him and his family as rulers of America forever. Seriously, I could see him saying that, and I could see his cult going along with it. All right, just some thoughts I had for today. Larry Elder and some of his shenanigans. All right, I'll be back later with another video. You guys have a great Tuesday.